I have around 30-ish streamers, all ranging from like, gamers, the IRL streamers, the YouTubers turned streamers, to the people who play flipping Roblox. I basically got almost like every mainstream sort of streamer in here, and I'll be ranking them from S tier to D tier. And don't get mad, this is my opinion, but I will say, as someone who watched the best of the best streamers in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2021, 2020, I know what I'm talking about. I have taste, and I'm really picky with my taste, and I will show you my palette. Starting off, I'm just gonna start off with the guaranteed S tiers. I'm putting XQC S tier. And people always wonder, like, why do people always like to say XQC is like the greatest? Why do people like to say he's the GOAT? Like, you guys are just saying things because you want to sound cool and educated. No. The reason why XQC is the greatest streamer of all time is for one thing. Not a lot of these streamers that you're looking at right now, and like people who like to talk crap on XQC. I don't like him. He's a little wuss. All these people disrespecting the GOAT, the king, the Michael Jordan of streaming, the one who made it. He has an ability that very, very few streamers master, and it's the tools that he has. What do I mean by that? XQC is one of those streamers to where he has the ability to where he could touch an object. He could touch his phone. He could touch his water, and he can make it entertaining. He could go on that monkey balloon tower defense game, like it's like a mobile game. He's able to go live on stream, play like some little kiddie game in 3 in the morning, and all you ever see this guy do is like just like play that game. He won't even be talking for like 20 minutes, and he'll have 25 to 30,000 viewers in his prime. This was like back in like 2021. He's able to play any game he wants and make it entertaining. That's why XQC is the GOAT. He could play Rust, he could play Fortnite, he could play GTRP, he could react to TikTok videos. Like there was a point in time in XQC's prime back in like 2020, 2021, 2022 where it's like his most entertaining parts of his stream was literally him reacting to TikToks, like having a good time reacting to TikToks. Like that's how powerful XQC was. He's able to free range. He has a lot of range. It's like saying, why is Michael Jackson the GOAT of music? It's because of the range. He could sing, he could dance, and he's been doing it since he was 8 years old. XQC has the range and the ability to play any game you want and make it entertaining. And the same people who love to talk crap about him and like to say he talks too much and he promotes gambling to kids, and this guy can make anything entertaining. That's why XQC is the GOAT. The next guaranteed S tier for me has to be Etika. I don't know, maybe there's some like brain rot kids in here watching. Maybe there's some like uneducated people in that don't know the cultures like but I do. But Etika, unfortunately, he passed away. RIP to him. But I put him on S tier because of his, I mean, before I even say it, half you guys probably don't even know who he is, but he used to be one of those guys. He was like a Nintendo guy, which is very unique from this whole selection. Etika is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, I would probably say Etika from this whole roster, right? He was one of the very few guys who had a very specific liking, a very specific hobby, which was Nintendo. He loved Nintendo. He loved Super Smash Bros. He loved Pokemon. He really loved anime. He really loved like Sonic. He was like that type of guy. He was like a Nintendo guy. Like if you were to tell him what's your favorite console, what would you rather play for the rest of your life, he would probably say a Nintendo Switch, a DS. He was more well known for his like, well, for me, like his dark web stuff, because he was one of the guys where back in 2019 he would literally go on the dark web, and that was like his greatest content ever. Like anytime that dude went to the dark web, it almost felt like you weren't supposed to be there. It's almost like you were committing a crime watching him do the things he was doing. And he would also have a lot of reactions towards things, like reacting to the new Super Mario game, and he would have like a crazy reaction. And he was also kind of, unfortunately, well known for, like, I guess having mental breakdowns and stuff like that, being crazy on camera and stuff, and getting put into mental insane asylums and stuff like that. But one thing that made Etika for me unique and special and entertaining and original was just his personality. I just felt like he's one of those type of guys to where you would want to be his friend. And I feel like out of all these people, I'm being honest with you, and I don't care how weird this sounds, I would have loved to meet this guy. You know, I would have loved to have met Etika when he was alive. Every time I would watch his streams, he would have this weird effect on you where it almost felt like he was talking to you directly. It almost seems like you two were like long lasting friends that were just like chopping it up in the playground, you know, like actual friends do. One thing that XQC and Etika and the other person that I'm gonna put in the S tier in a bit, one thing that these guys had in common for me is that I would never miss a stream. I would never miss a notification. I could be scrolling on YouTube and then boom, XQC live, Etika live. I would click on it instantly. No questions asked. That's how great for me, and that's how influential these guys were to me. Like that's how powerful these guys were. Like I said, Etika, I put him S tier because he was just a genuine human being, and only real ones. Joy-Con boys. Everyone mentions LeBron. Everyone mentions Michael Jordan. But why not? Why can't we mention Wilt Chamberlain? Why can't we mention Kareem Abdul? Why can't we mention Larry Bird? He's one of those like forgotten goats, in my opinion. Next up, another guaranteed S tier list is, you guys are probably gonna know, maybe not. IShowSpeed. XQC and IShowSpeed have two things in common. And it's the free range. It's the tools. It's the ability to play any game they wanted, and they'll just make it entertaining. And IShowSpeed's one of them. IShowSpeed's probably the greatest streamer of all time. If there was like a Mount Rushmore, it would definitely be XQC. It would definitely be Speed. Speed and XQC, they are the greatest streamers ever. And the reason why I don't say Etika is because people, like I said, people don't know what Etika is. And if you told me my personal Mount Rushmore, it would definitely be Etika. Like Etika is on that list, just for personal preference, in my opinion. But Speed has the free range. He's able to play Talking Ben. He's able to do Fortnite wagers. He's able to go on VR chat and GTRP, and he's able to play Super Mario Bros. And Michael Jackson dancing game. He's able to play all these different games, and he manages to go viral and make all those games super entertaining for the viewer to watch. Like Speed has that ability that XQC has, that very special ability of just any game he goes to, he makes it popular, he makes it entertaining, and he goes viral. Something that a lot of these streamers weirdly don't understand. And I'll be talking about it later on in this video. All these streamers go to this place and this place and this place, and it's like I don't see no clips of them. It's like you really went all around the world, and I still don't know who you are. You still don't have the influence that these goats have. That's crazy. But Speed, like I said, same effect with XQC. Any game he does, anything that he does or goes or whatever, he just goes viral. He masters it. And I started watching him probably a week after the Speed I Need This meme. I watched him like a week after, like December-ish, and like I said, same thing with XQC, Etika, and Speed. It was on a roll from there. I watched them every day. I never missed a notification. I watched him so much to the point where it's like I was there through it all. I was there during the Messi or Ronaldo donation. Cristiano Ronaldo, see we. And then I was there with whenever he was doing he was playing Super Mario Bros. And he was dancing like I was there through all the memes. Say wallahi, blah. Like I was there for it all. I was obsessed with all these guys. Now this is where it gets interesting because a lot of these guys, they have the platform, and it's like, how do you have the platform? A lot of these guys are forgotten. A lot of these guys fell off. A lot of these guys have potential to be great. And a lot of these guys, most of them, were just spoon-fed. Let's start off with Cuffum. Cuffum, if you guys don't know who he is, Cuffum is a streamer. Not a lot of people know about him. Maybe you don't, maybe you won't. I don't really blame you if you don't know who he is. He is a part of a group called SSB. And the founder, the captain, Aiden Ross. Maybe you guys don't know who Aiden Ross is, maybe you do, but he was basically the founder, the captain of the group. It contains a lot of streamers, and Cuffum is one of the guys where he's a would've, could've, should've. SSB is basically a gaming group of people kind of like FaZe Clan, kind of like the Charlie D'Amelio TikTok dancer crew. And let me tell you, that crap failed miserably. All of those guys are lazy, they don't stream, all they do is gamble, and that whole crew's just lazy. Even Aiden Ross, the main character of the show, is like lazy. He doesn't even stream. Like, I don't even know if I consider Aiden Ross a streamer anymore. But Cuffum, he's a would've, could've, should've. He's one of those guys where he's really known for his looks, because people like to call him like a goblin. He looks horrible, he looks horrific, he's ugly, he's chopped, blah blah blah. He does a lot of content surrounding himself, basically like going on a video chat app like Monkey or Omegle, and he basically just talks to people over there. People make fun of him for his looks. He crashes out. It's pretty funny content, but that's like 30% of his content. The 80% of his content, the 70% of his content is him literally just gambling because his viewers are desperate. Like, I'm surprised this guy even still has a community, but his community is always like, go on Monkey, go on Omegle, be entertaining, like be a streamer. Like these, like Cuffum is one of those guys where it's like his viewers are begging for content. Like, it's like, when are you gonna go live? Why aren't you going live anymore? Why aren't you going on Monkey and Omegle? Like, what? Like, these guys are, it's like a starving kid wanting food. Like, please, I need something to eat. Please, mama. Like, it's like Cuffum, he is honestly a D tier. He's just too lazy. All he does is gamble, and his chat literally begs him. His own community, BAU, that's what they call him. His own chat begs for content. And he always has excuses. I have to go back to my mom's house and go on vacation. And by the way, that's like his third vacation out of the whole month. And then this is the same guy that says, new year, new me, we're going to be grinding all day, every day, BAU. And it's like, the dude just does mid content. The only time he'll even get up in the morning to go stream is if his captain Aiden Ross has some sort of collaboration in session with like Jinxie or something like that. He's just lazy. He has potential, but Cuffum's lazy. He's a D tier. Yana. Even though, right, Yana is, probably more consistent than Cuffum. This is a question that I'll be asking throughout this video. How the flip did you get famous? Like, where did you come from? I've not seen like one popular clip from you. I haven't seen any sort of viral clip from you. I don't even know where your come up story is. Like, what was your thing? Like, I know what XQC's thing was. It was Overwatch. I know what Etika's thing was. It was him reacting to Nintendo trailers. I know what Actual Speed's thing was. It was 2K. I know what Cuffum's thing was. It was being with Aiden Ross. What's your thing? Being with a Marlin? D tier. I don't know. Like, even though you could say she's more hardworking than Cuffum, where did you come from? That's what I'm wondering. Aiden Ross. This is like an athlete getting hurt, a great athlete getting hurt, and then just like losing his prime too early. He was like right here, but he just went down. Aiden Ross, he used to have streams to where he would have rappers and athletes on his stream and interview him, and he was one of the first guys to really revolutionize gay jokes, like acting gay on camera and saying sus things. He really started a lot of these guys' careers. And like, if this guy wasn't around, a lot of these guys wouldn't be here. Aiden Ross, like I said, it's another thing with what I mentioned with Cuffum and all of his little group members in SSB. They're all could've, should've, would've. They're all spoon-fed. Aiden Ross gave these guys a platform, and you know what they did? Absolutely nothing. They all got fat. They all got lazy. They don't stream anymore. Their community died, and all they do is gamble. Aiden Ross, he had a nice little prime back in 2020 to 2023, but now, I don't know, he's kind of lazy, just like Cuffum. I don't know what else to say. He does have a nice little, I guess, fighting organization with brand wrestling. Surprisingly, it's kind of successful, and I think it will be more bigger in the future than it already is now. So I think Aiden is kind of transitioning to streamer to businessman, and I think, well, Aiden has a bright future. I don't know how I would rank this, maybe on his prime, maybe on overall. I'll definitely give him an A tier. I feel like eventually he'll be S tier with his fighting organization brand risk, but right now he's an A tier. In terms of just overall stats, I think that Aiden had a good run during 2021 to 2023, but his laziness kind of brought him down a little bit. Neon, he was a part of the 2K community. He was known for being toxic and stuff. He definitely had an interesting roller coaster career, from being that squeaker kid on 2K to kind of being quiet for a little bit, and then coming back doing IRL streaming with FuzzyTube, which was like a great run during 2021. What I noticed with Neon is that he has matured a lot throughout the years, and he's definitely gone through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of slippery slopes of like, okay, he's on Twitch, and now he's on Kick, and then he's on Twitch, now he's on Kick, and then it's like, he has these collaborations with everyone, right? With like MMA fighters and celebrities and stuff like that. And it seems like Neon is going on the right path, but for some reason, everybody hates the guy. I don't like him because he talks too much. I don't like him because he's annoying. I'm being honest with you. If we're talking about 2021, 2022 Neon, I get it, because that guy was young. He was like 17, 18 years old. He would just talk crap all day, and he was just on a rampage back then. But right now, Neon has matured. Neon is doing his own thing with content creators, and I don't really get the hate. I feel like the only reason why people hate Neon is just because of his associating with like Aiden Ross and stuff like that, and how he's really the more unfiltered streamers, the more realist streamers in the community. He doesn't really get his respect. I'm gonna put him B tier. He definitely has potential of being A tier, but I just feel like right now is this year. Like right now is the time where he's like actually being consistent, giving content and stuff. So B tier for Neon. I don't get the disrespect, honestly. I feel like everyone who's disrespecting Neon is just projecting their own insecurities because they're not actually real streamers with any talent. They just are spoon fed. Most of these guys are spoon fed. Jason the Ween, I'm being honest with you. The only time I ever saw clips of this guy was probably during like 2023, and he would talk to like Discord girls, and like he would have like, I don't know, like some sort of, like, I don't even know. Like I just remember seeing a clip of him back in like 2023 or something like that. He would be on Discord all the time and talking to girls, and I don't really know how I feel about Jason the Ween. It's the same thing with Giannis. Like, where did you come from? How did you get famous? How did you get relevant? And I saw him do that. I'm being honest with you. I saw like a second of that stream because he did a stream where he was like 30 days on an island or something like that. It was basically like survival of the fittest. Think of like man versus bear. And oh, like I said, I'm gonna be saying this a lot, but a lot of these streamers just don't understand the algorithm. They don't understand the sweet science of streaming. They don't understand the history. They don't understand the culture. This dude does a 30-day stream of him being on an island, thinking that was gonna be the biggest stream ever, and it was like probably the most boring streams that he's ever did. Despite him spending like supposedly hundreds of thousands of dollars on production and camera work, and he was literally on an island. Like he was like shooting arrows on animals and like, but it didn't work. Why didn't it work? It's because it goes back to what I was saying. Where did you come from? You need to build a foundation first. You need to build a resume of like, okay, where do I know you from? Like you need to be viral. You need to have some sort of big moment in your career before you could do even bigger moments like being in an island all day. I guarantee you if IShowSpeed were to do that right now, it would get numbers. Why? It's because he has a resume. I've seen him play Fortnite. I've seen him do scary games. I've seen him do GTRP and Talking Ben. He would talk to an AI and it was content. Jason the Ween, I like the consistency. I like the grind. I'm going to put you C tier. I'm going to put you below Neon because I just feel like I said, Neon, he has been held back a lot because of Kick, because of association with certain people that they don't like Aiden Ross. Even though you're more accepted in the streaming community, I have to put you C tier. Simply because, I don't know, I just feel like Neon, he got it his own way, and he is someone that is going to be a future potential great streamer. I think that with Jason the Ween, he needs a little bit more time to really be on that level, you know? Valkyrie. I had a little bit of respect for this woman during the Among Us days when she would play with Among Us, and then little girls would be making thirst trap edits of Valkyrie and corpse husband relationship goals, and then she turned political, and then like this girl was once like a little Fortnite streamer, Among Us streamer, and it's like she had her little run. I didn't really watch her content personally, but it seemed like she was kind of cool, kind of chills, but she kind of went on political rants, and she was really hypocritical with certain topics. Like she would talk about gambling issues, and she would talk about XQC promoting gambling to children, but then she wouldn't talk about a certain someone shocking their dog and committing dog abuse on stream. So Valkyrie, don't have to put you D tier. You just, I don't know. She's kind of a part-time streamer in my opinion. Jinxie. He's one of those guys to where it's like he's gonna be a great. He's gonna be a great. Like he's gonna be on that level. Jinxie knows the formula perfectly of streaming. Master what you're good at, which is Rainbow Six Siege. Get a bunch of milk that stuff as much as you can. Then let's move on to other things. Let's go outside the jungle. Let's look for other islands. He goes to Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Rocket League, Valorant, CSGO, VR Chat. Like, this guy knows what he is doing. I've seen a bunch of clips of him. He's killing it. He's doing a bunch of variety. And like I said, he has that secret power that some of these guys have, which is any game I go to, I'm going to make sure I milk it all. I go viral. I kill it. I murder it. A tier. But he's definitely a future S tier for sure. Just give him like a year. Future S tier. He's gonna be S tier. DDG, just stick to YouTube, bro. I'm being honest with you, I only watched your YouTube videos because of Woo-Wop. That's the only thing I know you of. DDG's one of these guys to where it's like, okay, you come into the streaming industry because you know that you can make money off it and you can be popular off of it, and it's like, I see right through you. And the fact that he's also one of the many streamers who want to disrespect the GOAT? Why are you trying? You're a streamer. Yes, I get it. You boxed 10 years ago and you were going to the boxing tournaments and now you think you're this big tough guy, but go fight Chibu. Then you could go around trying to chase the big dog. And you know what's interesting is that these guys wanted to fight each other, right? And it's like you really felt confident after XQC and Neon wrestled and XQC was about to have a heart attack over a warm-up. I go through that clip. They called the first time before XQC and Neon had their wrestling match, and it's like, yeah, let's MMA, okay. And then it's like after, when he's having like a heart attack midstream after the little warm up that they had, DDG's like, yeah, I want to fight him. Like his demeanor changed for sure. Come on, bro. You have more fighting experience. You're bigger than him, and it's like now you have the confidence all of a sudden. Go after the big dogs. Go after Chibu. Go after someone that you know is like, okay, maybe I won't have the confidence to. DDG, all he ever does is do content with women and woo-wop and causes drama for no reason. DDG's a D tier, honestly. DDG's a D tier. There should be like an F tier. There should be like some sort of F tier. Yep, and I just created one, F tier. He's just disrespectful. He's disrespectful to the streamers before him, like XQC. He causes drama for no reason. All he does is make content about women, and he milks Woo-Wop, his little brother from Ollie Gap. F tier. Corpse Husband. I kind of knew of him because he's one of those guys, right, where he had a kind of successful YouTube channel where he would tell scary stories, and one thing that was really a big attraction when he came into the streaming game was he had a deep voice. Yeah, so like I think that we should all like be equal, and like he had that very deep voice, right? And women went crazy over it. He had a good run during the Among Us 2020 days. He was kind of viewed as the hot, like mysterious, smart guy that was really good at manipulation. He was like light Yagami from like Death Note. Oh my god, he's so hot. Like literally, I would straight up go to his streams, right? And honestly, the guy was pretty entertaining, right? He was just, I don't know, like even though he wasn't the guy to scream or shout or whatever, like jump up and down in his desk, he was like his content was eye candy. It's just like you watched it and it's like it was like a vibe. It's like you just liked it naturally. One thing that was very infuriating for me to watch during that time, right, was I would look at his chat, right? I would look at his community, and straight up, his community ranged from 13-year-old little girls who think they were edgy to like 30-year-old women with straight up kids that were watching this guy. And that triggered me for some reason. That era of 2020 was so interesting because there were so many people that got into Twitch during 2020, and a lot of them were just uneducated about the Twitch culture. Like you would see these 2020 Minecraft Corpse Husband people. They would be on a Twitch chat and type poggers all the time, and I guarantee you those guys don't even know what the word poggers mean. They could see a dead animal die on stream and they'd be like, poggers. Corpse Husband, nothing personal towards him. I think he had pretty decent content, but it was cut short because of a little face reveal that got on, which I don't think was true, but he's one of those guys where he deserves a B tier. He had a good run, good prime, but it just wasn't enough. It was too short. Your Rage. I have a lot to say about Your Rage. He's one of those guys where he was like a faceless YouTuber. He would scream, he would shout, he was honestly kind of a really entertaining streamer. He would do his main stuff was like really Fortnite and stuff, and I don't know, there was like an aura about him whenever he had no face. Like, because he used to be a YouTuber where he didn't show his face, but I don't know. There was just an aura about him that made him just super interesting and cool. But I really lost my respect with this guy because this is the same guy, and I don't forget this. This is the same guy that would make... There was like this whole war going around with Aiden and Rage and like... who else? Kai, I think, where it's like they would make fun of Twitch culture. They would make fun of like the slangs that they would use, like Pog, Poggers, PogChamp, and like they were all jumping XQC basically, making fun of them, like, oh, poggers, you guys are little dorks, little weirdos talking about poggers. Like, it was basically the pogger community, XQC's community, versus like the W or L community, which was like Aiden, Kai, and Rage. And this is the same guy that was making fun of the Twitch culture, making fun of people like XQC and stuff like that. But then next thing you know, right now in the big 2026, you're hanging out with like the biggest pogger streamers ever, and now you're on your knees for those guys, even though just a while ago you were making fun of the Pogger Twitch community. You disrespected the culture of streaming, but now you want to be a part of it? Go back on the other side, bro. And this guy talks about politics all the time. Like, this is what half these new gen streamers do all the time. All they do is just collaborate with every streamer in the world. There's not one stream where it's just them one-on-one, and all they do is talk about politics. That's all I see about these guys. This guy is honestly D tier. D tier. Honestly, I'll put you C tier. You had a good run. You had a good run, but like during like your faceless era, but disrespecting Twitch culture. Now you want to be a part of it? Yeah, D tier. Yeah. Oof. Marlon, this is another person where it's like, how did you get famous? I don't even know how you got famous, bro. Being honest, like all these guys are just confusing. I don't like. It's just kind of like you're okay, I guess. I'm put you C tier. You're like, honestly, I'm putting Cuffham C. He's more creative. Cuffham's more creative than Marlon, more creative than Jason. It's just that he's a little lazy. Ninja had a great prime during Fortnite. He had a little comeback during like 2022, 2023. He was really one of those guys to where he definitely helped streaming push forward. He definitely kind of modernized it a little bit with collaborations with like Drake and Travis Scott. He was one of the biggest streamers out at one time, and he definitely was a GOAT. Ninja is at a point in his career where it's like he's retired. He put down the shoes. He let go of the basketball. He's kind of retired. So honestly, I'm putting him in S tier. He had a nice prime. Right now, obviously, people don't like to talk about him as much, but you respect the kings. You respect the GOATs. He's an S tier. That's all I can really say. For Kai, he's going through some controversy over, I don't know, bullying like a Mexican YouTuber, El Rubius. XQC's cousin. If you don't know the culture, Rakai, he's one of those guys, like I said, he was kind of spoon-fed to Kaisenat. Kaisenat sees him in one stream, and he takes him in, and now he's like one of like the biggest streamers ever. And I don't know, like I said, I just don't like how these guys come in out of the bushes, and it's like all of a sudden they're popular. All of a sudden they have a nice house. All of a sudden they're really famous. For Kai, he was spoon-fed. He's doing well with what he has, though, and I like that he's not lazy like Cuffham or any of these guys. Like, you could give him $1 million and you'll still be streaming. I like him. He could be a potential great. I don't know, but I do kind of see him kind of going off the internet a little bit, and then, like, you never really see him again. I feel like Rakai is S tier. He could definitely be, like, a future B tier. A tier is just too early. Like I said, he's getting put in the lion's den too early. Right now, he's an amateur, you know? I feel like still, even though he has all this popularity and eyeballs on him, he's an amateur. Stable Ronaldo, he's one of those guys where he had an interesting career because he was kind of like the Fortnite guy for a little bit. And after a while, honestly, like after Fortnite kind of died around 2021, I didn't really hear anything about him until he got signed to FaZe. I'm being real. I'm being honest with you. I didn't really know where this guy was going, or I never really heard of him. I never really watched the streams, to be honest, but he kind of joins FaZe, and then it's like, that really helped him save his career, to be honest with you. And he's one of those guys where it's like, he tries these crazy challenges with Elden Ring, and staying in a small box until I beat Elden Ring, and like, he tries to do that kind of unique content, like Speed and XQC and Jinxie, but it's like I said, the reason, like, no one cares about that stuff because you need to build that resume. All I know you about your career is you were like the Fortnite guy and you joined FaZe, and then that's it. Like, that's all I really know about you is that. I'm putting you C tier. You kind of pop out of nowhere, and then you hide in your little dirt hole, and then you pop out again whenever you get the opportunity of a lifetime to join FaZe, and then that's all I really know you about, honestly. Cheezer, this is an SSB member. Cuffham, Aiden Ross, and Cheezer. This is another situation where it's like a coulda, woulda, shoulda. This guy is given an opportunity of a lifetime to stream full time, and you know what he does? Flipping nothing. He just gambles. Same thing with Cuffham. His dead community, like those guys have all starved to death with content. These guys are nearly malnourished with the amount of little freaking content they're getting and inconsistency of streams. These guys don't even stream. All they do is just gamble, complain that their chat wants good content, and go on a vacation because they deserve it. And then they do every once in a while, once a week, they'll do like a okay stream with, guess what? Aiden Ross or Brand Risk or 1v1ing Aiden Ross and some other streamer. Like, Aiden Ross is helping the flip out of these guys just so they could get motivated somehow to stream. Like, do your job. Cheezer is just another one. He has potential. He's funny. He has the personality, but he's just lazy. He gambles. And this is where I feel like gambling is bad. Because I'm being honest with you, if your kid starts gambling because of a streamer, that's your fault, honestly. Like, how can your child get a hold of your credit card information? How could a child monitor your child's tablet, people? Cheeser, D tier. Joe Barrelstools, he's like the TikTok guy. He's the guy that would like have like the Apple mic on his mouth and be like, "Yo, I hate this. Are we serious, guys?" Being honest with you, I kind of always knew he was like a Twitch streamer. Like he's one of those guys where it's like he has like a little platform on TikTok, and then he tries Twitch streaming because everyone else is doing it, and like you really don't care about the whenever like a TikTok guy or whatever does like a or like a YouTube guy even does like a stream, kind of like Moist Critical, like stick to YouTube. Like we don't care about your streams, but somehow he became successful. Like he's one of those guys where it's like he was known for one thing, but he managed to put all that popularity to another thing, which was streaming. But I'm being honest with you, the only time I ever see this guy is whenever he does any sort of like streamer event, streamer tournament, or he talks about politics. Joe Barstool is one of those guys. I see a little bit of clips of him. He just seems like a white knight to me. He seems like the average girl guy best friend starter pack. Talks about politics all the time. I'm putting D tier. And I know there's people who like to watch the guy and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't really watch half of these guys really consistently. But yeah, Joe Barstool is just not my cup of tea. He just seems like a hypocrite because he'll feel uncomfortable around someone like an Aiden Ross, like as if he's like a world leader that killed hundreds of thousands of people for their color of their skin, but then he'll go on to rabble about America and how bad it is or something like that, you know? So yeah, D tier. He's not really a real streamer in my opinion. He just, like I said, half these guys, all I ever see these guys, like clips and content, half of the time it's just them talking about politics, them shitting on, excuse my language, them crapping on the legends like XQC, like, oh, I don't like him. Oh, my personal opinion on XQC is, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're just complaining. That's all I ever see them. And all they do is collaborate with other streamers that are as D tier level as them. So, Steak, maybe some of you guys may not know, Steak is a Roblox YouTuber that, like I said, just kind of got popular out of nowhere. And honestly, I remember seeing this guy on Snapchat like years ago, and this guy was straight up like a Jinxie copycat. Like straight up. Like this guy wanted fame so badly. He did unoriginal content. He wanted to copy people like Jinxie. And being honest with you, dude, this guy only streams like for like 1 hour, 2 hours. And all he does is just like, I'm being honest with you, and I'm not even wrong. You go look at a Steak stream, he doesn't even look like he wants to stream. He looks like miserable. He looks just like, and then half of the time he's typing on ISO speech chat every time he's live, and he's like, let's 1v1, let's 1v1, and then you have this little kid fan base is like, reply to Steak, 1v1 1v1. I'm like, this guy, I don't even know if this guy even wants to stream anymore. I feel like every time he streams, it's like he just wants ISO to go live so he can collaborate with him and make content. And he's like a 1 hour stream of just standing in a steal a brain rot server and like D tier. Like I don't like you copied Jinxie for like the first your rookie year of your career, and then now you have everything all of a sudden, and now you have everything spoon silver fed to you, and it's like, yeah, D tier. Senna, like I said, another girl where it's like, where did you come from? Where did you come from? Where did you come from? And like I said, all I see this girl, it's the same thing with like Valkyrie and all these people. Like they try to make it seem like these people are bad guys, and like they like cause some sort of like chaos to happen in America, and like all she does is talk about politics, and all she talks about is how bad Aiden Ross is and XQC is, and I like to keep my distance from them. And Aiden Ross, I don't have any issues with you, but like I'm not your friend. But then you have like some sort of friend that you know that is like a criminal, so D tier. Like I don't know, like I have slightly more respect for Valkyrie than Senna because Valkyrie's been in the game longer. I know her for some stuff, and Senna, I don't even think she's had her prime yet, and she just kind of came out of nowhere. Queso, one of those guys like Jinxie, like Aiden, like XQC, like Speed. They have that formula of just greatness. Any game he touches, entertaining. And I'm pretty sure he does short streams, because one thing you'll notice with a lot of these great streamers, like Speed, for example, very short streams in their peak of their career. Peak 2 hour, 3 hour streams. A lot of these guys, Cuffum, Cheeser, Jason Ween, Playboy Max, they'll be able to stream for 6 hours, 8 hours. and they'll get nothing out of it. No viral clips, just boring stream. They gamble, they complain about some other streamer drama that happened, whatever. But with Queso, he's one of those guys where it's like he'll stream for 3 hours and you wouldn't even be mad that he streamed for 3 hours because the whole stream was entertaining. Every second was entertaining. Queso is a future great, a future Hall of Famer. He understands the streaming entertainment by the flippin' T. And there's a reason why this guy barely collaborates with anyone. You want to know why? Everyone loves drama. DDG. Dream had a great peak with his YouTube stuff back in 2020. I watched it. It was really entertaining. He started getting into the streaming stuff, which surprisingly worked. Because like I said, whenever you're like a popular popular YouTuber and you try to transition into streaming, it kind of doesn't really go well most of the time. The Dream, he managed to make it go well, and he was one of the really unique ones where there was storytelling in his streams. It was all like his streams were like an anime. There was characters, there was a plot, there was an ending, there was a beginning, there's side characters. Like his streams were an anime. During this peak, overall stats, I'm saying A tier. Asmongold, World of Warcraft gamer, known for being a natural gamer in his habitat with cockroaches and soda, and being involved with multiple collaborations. I kind of watch him. He has a really successful YouTube channel. I don't really watch him too much, but I will say he's an A tier, just as objectively, you know, even though I don't really watch him, don't really have an attachment towards him. A lot of people hate on him, just like XQC and Aiden Ross, and it's like, you hate him because of an opinion? Why don't you guys keep that same energy with IShowSpeed? IShowSpeed has said and done horrendous things. And maybe at the time you guys judged him, but now you guys are silent. Why? Why do you guys call Asmongold and Aiden Ross and XQC monsters and Neon monsters and you want to fight all these guys and have a boxing match with all these guys? Why do you guys criticize all these people, but there's crickets with IShowSpeed's history? Why is that? If you want to act like the good guy all the time and I don't like this guy because of his political opinions. I don't like this guy because he's offensive. I don't like. You're a hypocrite because you guys didn't keep that same energy with IShowSpeed during his crazy run of getting on the top. Now you guys all kneel and bow out to him like a king. He is a king. Keep that same consistency. I don't care about this guy's bad and this guy's political and this guy's a gambler. This guy. Talk about him, then I'll listen. But no, you guys want to think that this guy's like a perfect human being and he spoke about Palestine, even though the reason why he spoke about Palestine was because his chat was literally begging him to speak on it, and he couldn't avoid it. I remember that day too. This guy's not PR trained, by the way. He's not some sort of political figure. He's not one of you guys. He's a normal human being streamer. And as long as IShowSpeed publicly says that XQC is one of his favorite streamers, that's all that matters. I don't care what any loser says about the great like XQC. I don't like him kissing. Blah, blah, blah. As long as IShowSpeed acknowledges him and loves him as a great, that's all that matters. Notice how, like what J. Cole said, two legends could coexist. You'll never see Michael Jordan and LeBron James talk bad about each other. You'll never see Mike Tyson talk bad about Muhammad Ali. You'll never see, like, there's a reason why there's clubs. There's a reason why there's a cool kid table and a non-cool kid table. There's a reason. They're the cool kids. You're not. Remember that. XQC is a cool kid. You're not. Kai Cenat, he basically took what Aiden had and modernized it with celebrities and stuff and Streamer University. And I feel like if Aiden really pursued in on streaming, the things Kai Cenat is doing now is probably what Aiden Ross would have done if he just kept streaming and streaming and streaming. But like I said, Aiden is transitioning now to a businessman with his brand risk, and same thing with Kai Cenat. He stopped at the top, and now he's becoming a businessman. I see what he's doing. Kai Cenat, I never really watched him. I would see clips of him, but he definitely has the formula right, just like all these other guys. Definitely put him A tier. He's a future great. Right there. He's a future great. Right with Jinxie, Queso, and Kai. Future greats. Lacey, like I said, it's just like, where did you come from? You were Aiden Ross's toy box. It's like Andy. It's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. That's what Aiden did. Aiden Ross did. Aiden Ross is a great recruit. He recruited IShowSpeed. Well, not really, right? Not really, but you get what I'm saying. Like he kind of gave these guys a little bit of opportunity to shine, and they utilized it. Aiden Ross, with IShowSpeed, and then Lacey, and then people like Silky and Cuffum and Cheezer. But obviously those guys, they flipping did nothing with the career because they're gambling lazy people. But Lacey was put on with Aiden Ross, and ever since then, all I see this dude talk about is politics, and I don't like this guy, and I don't like that guy, and like I said, I don't really know anything of this guy, honestly. C tier, like, it's just, where did you come from? I've never seen really any clips of you, and I don't really know where half of these guys' career is going at this point, so. Boyd Max, same thing, it's just, where did you come from? I know he did YouTube, that was really successful, and it's like, boop, he pops out of nowhere with the Face Clan deal, and it's like, now he wants to try to act like he's like friendly and YouTube friendly and PR trained like IShowSpeed, even though IShowSpeed isn't PR trained. That's the thing. What I noticed with these new gen streamers is that they try to replicate the greats. 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 I'm sorry, bro, but and it's not cool. It's not cool that that Aiden Ross had a racist in his platform. Like, it's just kind of lame to me, for real. I'm sorry, but if you're not XQC, IShowSpeed, Jinxie, or Queso, or Kai Cenat, or Asmongold, I don't care about your opinion, being honest with you. Silky. I've really only known him through Aiden Ross's E-dates, and by the way, Aiden Ross's E-dates, they need to come back. Like, those were hitting so good. He needs to come back with those E-dates. I only saw him, I really knew about this guy because of his E-dates, because he would be kind of like a contender on the E-dates, and he kind of, his career kind of gets revived because of the FaZe contract, and honestly, he's one of those guys where he tries to be PR trained, and it's like, come on, we all know your past. Happy Women's Day! And then it's like, okay, bro, that sounds forced. Like, come on, bro. Like he was like, Happy Women's Day to all the beautiful women. Like, without women, there wouldn't be no men. And it's like, bro, oh my god. Like, and the way he said it just sounded so disingenuous, you know. And then he had this whole little conversation with Aiden Ross, trying to act like he's like the guy with the shield, taking it all in and risking it all in front of the powerful white man, right? Aiden Ross, why did you vote for Trump? Why don't you like Mexicans? Or whatever, you know, like this guy, D tier. Pokimane, same thing with Valkyrie. It's like she was known for her Fortnite stuff, and honestly, she was mainly known for her little relationship that she had going on with Myth, and she was heavily sexualized during her prime of her career. But now she's going through the route of just being political, only streaming for 1 hour about nothing, and talking about how streaming is messed up and I don't want to stream anymore, and it's like, I saw your real true colors whenever XQC was talking about the Adriana Lee situation. If you know, you know, but we all saw your true colors, Valkyrie, Hassan Abi, and Pokemon. We all saw your true colors, hypocrites and snakes. Overall career, she had a nice low prime. Tfue, honestly, I didn't really watch him that much during his prime of 2018, but I will say this. During 2021, 2022, when no build started getting on in Fortnite, I watched his YouTube videos all day, every day. It was a vibe. Tfue has this ability that not a lot of streamers have. He could sit on Fortnite all day for 3 hours, right? Just play the game, get a couple wins, get cool trick shot kills. He would say nothing. He wouldn't even say a word. He wouldn't scream, he wouldn't shout, nothing. But his streams were entertaining. He's killing it right now. He made a huge comeback with Arc Raiders and stuff like that. I don't really watch it, but he kind of got a little bit of backlash because whenever he wanted to leave YouTube and people were saying like, bro, streaming's not hard, and why did you come back? I thought you didn't want to stream anymore. And it's like, bro, people don't understand what Tfue was coming from. If you're just sitting on a computer all day playing games, it does something to you mentally. Yes, he's getting money for playing games and sitting on his butt, but what Tfue's message was about the fact that he wanted to experience life. He wanted to go outside. He wanted to go play with the birds. He wanted to go touch grass, literally. And people were like, oh, why are you trying to act like streaming's hard? And it's like, no, that's not what he's saying. He's just basically saying that being in a room all day playing games, not seeing your family, not being able to go out like a normal human being, it does something to you mentally. Everyone needs that reset of going out in the world. Like, I haven't gone outside really in years. All I really do is maybe go do some paperwork and go for a run, and that's it. I just stay here all day. It does something to you mentally. Tfue, overall stats, A tier. Definitely E tier. Killing it right now. He had a nice prime back in the days. Burnt peanuts. Being honest with you, I have no real hatred towards him. There's nothing that annoys me about him. It's just like I said, where did you come from? I don't like I said, I don't, maybe I'm kind of in a rock, but Burnt Peanut, he's an Arc Raiders kind of streamer, and I've never actually seen clips of him. I would see it, but I was just kind of skip past it because I just have no interest in him. But It seems like he's killing it right now. I feel like he is a B tier. Like I said, I just don't really know who he is. I don't really watch clips of him. Art graders is not really my thing. I'm a simple guy. I don't really know where he came from, to be honest with you. And that's kind of like the summary of these 2026 streamers is like, where the flip did you come from? Like, I know where Queso came from. I know where Jinxie came from. I know where Aiden Ross came from. I know where Kai came from. I know where Speed came from. I know where those streamers came from, the 2020, 2021, 2022 streamers. I know where they came from. I watched them. The class of 21, greatest lineup in streamer history. Don't know where any of these guys came from. But I do know where these guys came from. I do know where these guys came from. Ray, like I said, spoon fed to success. Easy way out. Like I said, I don't like how these streamers want to act like they're tough guys, and I want to fight Neon, and I don't like Aiden Ross because he's like weird, and I don't like XQC and Ray. He was pretty funny during when Kai was streaming, but it seems like ever since Kai left, a lot of these guys are running wild. So like a lot of these guys are just acting like not themselves. They're just kind of forcing their personality, and they want to be different. And yeah, you want to be different, but you don't want people to hate you. And I feel like Ray, I don't know, like I kind of liked him at first, but then he had very, like I said, all these streamers, they want to act like they're like innocent. They want to act like they're cool. They want to act like they're a humanitarian. This guy went on a stream with Nina, and Nina had some cases, not so good cases around her, and people defended her, and people connected the accusations towards misogyny. Like the only reason why you're calling this girl out over her crimes is because she's a girl, and you guys are misogynist. And then this guy does a collaboration with her, and it's like I think that everyone should change, but you want to fight Neon because you don't like him. Same thing with Playboy Max. Is like I don't like how a Gypsy, you know what I'm saying, like Crusader, Aiden Ross platformed a racist, and it's like let's talk about the dog incident. My name's S-YoBoi, and I'm out. Peace.